had a lot of rivalries inside the ring, but what do his fellow wrestlers think about him outside of it? Their answers will surprise you. As president of WCW, Eric Bischoff worked closely with many of the biggest stars in his promotion, especially those in the NWO, since he himself became a member of the faction. However, this was no different with Sting. On his 83 Weeks podcast, Bischoff recalled that he and Sting were once good friends. After saying that they would spend time together outside of the ring, he mentioned that they almost became neighbors.
He was actually looking at a really nice piece of property just down the road from me and was really considering moving out here. For a minute, I guess.
Unfortunately, after WCW fell apart, the two lost contact, which Bischoff takes accountability for.
Anybody that knows me really well, including my family, knows that I'm just not very good on the phone.
Bischoff went on to emphasize that their parting wasn't due to anything personal, recalling how he saw Sting shortly before he had talks with TNA. After explaining that they'd both ended up on the same flight to Dallas, he summed up their conversation as such.
It was very cordial, and we were both excited to see each other, and then say, let's stay in touch. And of course we didn't until I arrived in TNA.
Kevin Nash notably missed Sting's final match and explained his decision in the wake of online backlash. Despite this, many believe he isn't really as close to Sting as he says. Nonetheless, he has spoken about the friendship they share on multiple occasions. According to Nash, on his Click This podcast, both Sting and Lex Luger helped him out in more ways than one back in the early 90s. Nash explained that the two wrestlers would often pay for his lunch since they were making good money at the time and he wasn't.
When I broke into the business, I trained at Lex and Steve's gym, Main Event Fitness in Atlanta.
On another Click This, Nash said Sting had always been a friend to him and took care of him early on in his wrestling career.
There are guys that are your friends, and there's guys that you're friends with because they're in the business, and Steve was always a friend.
Lex Luger's career in wrestling is often brought up in discussions online because he never captured gold in WWE, despite being the picture of what a main event star was at the time. Similarly, Luger's life after wrestling is notable, as his outlook was forever changed after a spinal cord injury left him partially paralyzed. This experience led him to find his faith in Christianity, something he shares with Sting. Speaking with Under the Ring, Luger expressed how he and the Icon have had similar journeys. He said, "We're both followers of Jesus now, and that makes it extra special for us as well." Luger recalled how Sting was always there for him, even during his darkest days. He said, "He never gave up on me, even during the worst times of my life. He'd leave voicemails when I wouldn't answer the phone, when I went through a bad period of addictions with sex, drugs, and alcohol. People thought I was going to be the next wrestler found dead. Stinger never gave up on me, and we're the best of friends to this day. He's a special guy and a special friend." Interestingly, Luger says he and Sting's friendship didn't happen overnight. The veteran recalled a conversation they once had where he gave a sarcastic response to Sting when asked about his nutrition. He said, "He walked away shaking his head, but we ended up seeing each other downstairs, finally had breakfast together, went to the gym together, and over time became the best of friends." Hulk Hogan was once the biggest star in wrestling and is largely recognized as one of the men responsible for making the industry as popular as it was, from the mid-1980s to the early 90s. During this time, Hogan had a lot of sway within WWE and was able to directly run ideas by Vince McMahon. In an unearthed interview conducted with Hogan in the 90s, the Hulkster revealed he tried to get McMahon to sign Sting. According to Hogan at the time, Sting didn't know he was good enough to have a major run in the WWE. He said, "I have unbelievable respect for Sting. He doesn't realize how good he really is. Sting should have already had his New York WWE run. I'll tell you something, when I got red hot after WrestleMania 3, I was begging Vince to get Sting in the WWF so I could turn heel at some point." Claiming that Sting was far more athletic than he was, Hulk believed he could have had a WWE run that rivaled Hulkamania. But as fans know by now, Hogan's efforts were ultimately unsuccessful. He said, "Sting wouldn't come. We tried and tried, but he just would not jump. Vince even talked to him last year, but still, Sting wouldn't go."
Who the hell do you think you are? I'm the Stinger, that's who I am!
Sting and The Undertaker both employed similar gimmicks of dark, brooding yet stoic characters on the opposite ends of the wrestling industry. Due to this, many compared the two men over the years, but they always seemed to be in opposing promotions. And because of the severity of the competition between WWE and WCW and eventually TNA, it always seemed like the match was simply a pipe dream. For a brief moment, it seemed like there was a possibility of Sting and Undertaker finally proving which star was better when WWE signed the Icon in 2014. But as everyone knows, the match never happened. Does Undertaker think Sting would have been a worthy opponent? In an interview with Bill Apter of Sportskeeda, the dead man gave his opinion on how the match would have turned out. He said, "I'd have killed him. He'd have got a tombstone, brother. He's going out after I'd planted him." Despite having a firm opinion concerning the outcome of the match, Undertaker still had glowing words to say about staying ahead of his retirement and wished him well after praising his character. The Undertaker explained, "Yeah, I would love to say, Sting, congratulations, man, on just a spectacular career. I mean, just one true icon of our industry. He's done everything, and like I said, just the longevity of that character, just well done, and congratulations. I hope retirement is everything that you want it to be, and you deserve everything you have."